So people complain about CO2 emissions and that sort of thing. I'm sorry about the video quality, but somebody went swimming with my GoPro when it wasn't waterproof and killed it. Anyway, you're worried about CO2 and you idiots are going to extreme measures. Hey! Extreme measures to stop CO2 emissions. What that's going to do, it's going to plunge millions of people in places like here in the Philippines into abject poverty. You think this is the problem? Well, I'll show you the problem. Down inside here, behind this barrier, is piles and piles of shit. Just rubbish. Thrown away, discarded, all plastic and God knows what's in there, and it stinks like I can't tell you. Absolutely disgusting. And this road and this shit, this garbage tip goes for miles and miles and miles. It must go for 50 kilometers. And all the way along here is this pile of shit. Now I've asked them, the locals, I've asked them, why do they do that? You know, why do you disrespect your country like that? And it's the same answer every time. They cite poverty. They say people have no choice because they're poor. I don't really get it. I see why they could burn it, but that's what I'm told anyway. And it's outrageous, the pile of shit. It's just outrageous. Anyway, you can imagine what governments in the West are going to foist on these poor people. Can you imagine what happens to this shit? It all breaks down into microplastics, ends up in the soil, or it washes away into the waterway and chokes up our oceans. And there's a waterway runs through just here. I'll be going over a couple of them on this walk, a couple of bridges. I hope you can hear me. Oh, look at that pile of shit. I hope you can hear me, but the traffic's pretty insane. And this is a quiet road. Anyway, I just wish people understood. It's a crying shame. This is where it ends up, in the waterways. There's not much shit in there at the moment because we had a really heavy rain last night, but it collects in here. Usually you can see on the side here when the water's really high, it gets deposited up here on the banks. Then when it rains, washes it all down. Of course it ends up in the ocean, killing all the wildlife, all those things. So, you morons, tree-hugging greenie scumbags, are just destroying the planet. That's all you're doing. And you're thrusting poor people into even worse abject poverty. You people make me sick. What you're doing to this planet. It is literally disgusting. Can't blame them.